our first New Zealand guest, Brooke Singer, the driving force behind an amazing band whom you should listen to loud called French for Rabbits. I want this woman to narrate my life. This episode is really, really fun.
Hello.
Hi, Brooke. How
Hello.
are you?
How are you?
How are you doing?
I'm good. Yeah.
Thank you for doing Bothering the Band.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Of course. My name is Ryan. This is my producer, Abby.
Hi, Abby.
Hello.
She might be in and out. She's a busy, hardworking person. She does all the hard, heavy lifting. So she might be in and out. But again, thank you for doing this.
That sounds great. I'm going to make a cup of tea
Oh, great.
while we're doing it also, because I realized just then that I'm really thirsty. So
it's funny. That's one of my questions. What kind of tea do you prefer?
what kind of, all kinds, any kind.
I love tea.
Yeah. I'll just spoil the jug and then I'll be, I'm doing one of those days as well where I'm doing a million things at once. So
yeah, I get it. I'm gonna have tea after this because my throat. I've been talking to a million people today.
great.
So first of all, how are you doing today? Or actually, I should say, how are you doing tomorrow?
How am I doing tomorrow? Tomorrow, I think I'm going to be really good. Today, I feel like I'm about 60% good because I have a sore tummy, but that's fine. So, but tomorrow I'm going to be like 100% good.
Well, you are tomorrow compared to us right now. So
This is true. So I'm already in the future.
You are in the future. What's it like?
It's pretty good. Yeah. It's going to be a bit grey tomorrow, the weather-wise. And yeah, there's a few bumblebees I've seen around, so you might see some of those tomorrow as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Where are you? Are you in New Zealand?
I'm in New Zealand.
Where about?
I mean, I know not everyone can see what you're seeing right now,
beautiful.
But there's some forest behind me, and I'm in Wellington. Anyone knows where that is? So it's the capital city.
I do, and I have to ask, where is it? What's the question? Do you watch the Wellington Paranormal show?
I actually do. I really love it.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I think it's a great show. And in Wellington, you like end up recognizing people in it because it's a small place. So do know people in it, and I just think it's the best show ever. And it's very Wellington. So if you watch it, you'll be seeing like the bucket fountain, which is on one of the streets in town. So it's like this splashy fountain that just splashes water everywhere over the like footpath. It's very dysfunctional, but we really like it. So
Abby, have you watched Wellington Paranormal? It's real funny, like single camera faux reality paranormal like cops or
they're like policemen
Yeah.
who investigate like the supernatural and what's going on in the world, and it's got very New Zealand humor, and it's a little bit naff, like they're not very good policemen, like they're not very good at their job, but they're very friendly.
It's
I think
very funny.
Yeah, I don't know how they compare to American cops, but they're probably a lot nicer.
They are they are a lot nicer. You are our first guest, our New Zealand guest. New Zealander?
Really?
Is that the
New
correct
Zealander? Yeah.
Yeah, you're our first.
Or Kiwi or New Zealander.
Yeah. So I have to say, just please point out anything we get wrong or any of our ignorant American. I studied up and I saw all the dumb questions New Zealanders get asked, but what is your favorite that you?
Oh, I don't
specifically
even know.
from Americans.
I mean, people often ask about Lord of the Rings, and people often ask about like sheep, I guess. I don't really know what I get asked. Yeah. I mean, people always imagine we live in some like magical fairyland over here.
Mhm.
And I'd like to continue perpetuating that.
You do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we basically have been a magical land free of COVID for the last,
Yeah, you
year.
did it.
Yeah. So
You did it correctly, I think.
for a while, yeah, we're we've got a few cases now. So it's arrived, but we did pretty good to keep it out for a good period of time.
Yeah, it's enviable. I'm in Florida right now, and it's almost like politicians are daring us to get it.
Yeah, right.
They're like, whatever. Have you ever been to Florida?
That's one place I haven't been. We did a big trip around America in 2019 when we were allowed to do such things. And we did a gigantic loop around the entire country. But I guess Florida is just a little bit further up one corner, and we didn't quite make it to that corner.
We don't get a lot of great bands. It's you have to really want to come here.
We did have a big fan from Florida fly to see us somewhere
wow.
else. And he said the same thing. He was like, bands just don't come here. So I just have to go to where the bands are.
Mhm.
That's my only knowledge of Florida. And I feel like my image of it is like lots of white apartment buildings with verandas. Is that what you call it? Like is that what you call them? Verandas?
Maybe
Might not
like
be balconies.
that's probably the more elegant way to say it. But yeah, balcony is
Yeah,
probably what
that's what I imagine. And then that's how I imagine it to be. And some palm trees, maybe.
You're not far off, and you're not missing much. So
I'm sure it's got some beautiful spots, some
it has
hidden away gems.
it has its moments. Enough trashing Florida. So the band name is great.
Thank you.
How did you come up with it, and were you considering any other band names?
We did not consider any other band names.
Wow.
As far as I remember. But that's basically because French for Rabbits is not a band name. It just happens to be our band name, but it wasn't meant to be one, you see. It was like a secret password.
Oh.
Because I didn't used to sing. I was a songwriter, but I never sang in bands. And so I can't really remember because this is like 11 years ago, I think, or 10 years ago. And I made a secret SoundCloud or something like that. And I just thought, this will do, probably. I can't actually remember. And I just used those words as the secret password. And then I shared it with like a few people and was like, hey, here's a song. And when my mum heard it, she didn't know it was me singing. She was like, oh, that's quite nice. It's quite a sort of a sad song, isn't it? And I was like, oh yeah. So anyway, she didn't even know it was me. But my new version of the band name is to think about it like Beatrix Potter.
Okay.
Like a book of French for rabbits, so rabbits can learn to read French if they need to. Yeah. Okay. That's my new version of it. Yeah. And sometimes we get confused French people at our shows, which is good.
Really? Like they don't know what's happening and they just show up?
I guess they just see the band name and go, oh, what's that? And then maybe it's some French people who really like rabbits or something, and they're coming along for that reason. Yeah.
Yeah. Or they think it's a band made of rabbits. Like
rabbits. Yeah, it's also possible. So
playing instruments. And they're wearing berets or something like that.
Yeah.
Can you tell us is there any New Zealand slang that you use in the music industry?
And the music
that is specific to your world?
Oh, Bound to be. But I don't have the kind of brain that remembers those things. I know, like when I was overseas, I would call things foldback speakers, but maybe use monitor speakers.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, there's bound to be though, but I'm not very slang heavy as a person, like this is a good question for my bandmate John, because he comes from the countryside.
Mhm.
And if you come from like the countryside, I don't know, I feel like there's so much more slang, and lots of funny sayings that are very rude a lot of the time. But I don't know most of them myself.
No.
Yeah. I just,
Uh,
yeah. I just sort of ramble, and I do sometimes use made up words, but that's just because I can't remember the real word at the
so
right time.
they're specific slang to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
Yeah.
that
I
works.
think,
I
yeah.
hope that spreads. Maybe someone will pick it up and start using it, and you invented a whole new slang.
It's possible. I've definitely made up words in songs, or like mispronounce words, or use words that were not the right words for the moment, but I thought it was the right word.
That's excellent. You're talking to two poets, so we fully encourage
Yeah.
making up words and.
I wrote a song called Marauder many years ago,
Mhm.
and I thought marauding was like sort of like another word for traveler. Like, so I wrote a song that goes, "I want to be a traveling marauder, but I don't actually want to rape and pillage
No.
villages." So when I don't sing that very often now, but when I do, it's this sort of very beautiful and serious song, but it's so ridiculous that I'm singing that so seriously that I want to go around and rape and pillage villages. Yeah,
Especially you have such a unique and for lack of a better word, very soft voice. So the term marauders definitely stands out a little bit
yeah.
coming from French for rabbits. I'm so happy we found your band. What's your manager's name? That's how I got an email. Say
Maybe
again?
from our publicist.
Yes.
Yeah, Shane.
Shane,
Um,
that's right. Shout out to
yeah.
Shane.
Shout out
Um,
to Shane. Yes, it's good he got in touch.
yeah,
Um,
I got an email and I don't know if it was for me, but I liked the name and I started listening and I was like, this is great. I sent it to Abby and I was like, this is great. Listen, just because we like the music.
ah,
And that's when I was like, maybe they'll do the podcast. So thank you for doing that. Okay. The Naked and Famous or Flight of the Concords.
oh, love them both, but I love Flight of the Concords because their humor is just perfect. And also um, we know them a little bit. And actually, when we went to
Really?
America, um, you have to get like letters of support from people to show that you're, important enough or something or unique enough to come and play music in America. And yeah, so Brett wrote us a very nice letter, but it was a very funny letter because, they're meant to talk about our achievements, but when they also have to tell the government agency, I guess, why they're important too. And compared to his like Grammys, I thought our achievements were severely lacking, but I guess it still worked. So yeah, that was really nice that he wrote us a letter.
That's spectacular. That's
Yes,
great. Which side of the birthday card do you write on?
depends.
Okay.
Sometimes both sides. I like to fill up all the space. So there's normally pictures and words.
Okay. What kind of
Yeah.
pictures do you draw?
Um, well, I've been writing actually today, where I really like writing letters,
Mm-hmm.
and people who've brought the record, like pre-orders, I've written a lot of little letters for people. And I think my most common thing to draw. I'm pretty sure I drew on some of these. I've been really into doodling little hands throwing
Okay.
streamers at the moment. That's my current doodle. I also like drawing eyes and like little mountains with snow on the top. Yeah.
Like just triangles with a little like that. Little
Yeah, but
jagged.
sometimes I'll get quite into it and I'll like put rivers and like trees and like,
Oh,
maybe a little tower on the top or something like that.
can you tell the listeners how they buy your record?
They can buy it on Bandcamp.
Okay.
That's probably the easiest way, but also I think they will be able to order them from a music store as well if they want to. Don't know how easy it is, but I think you should be able to do that as well.
Well, I'm gonna have to order one just so I can get a handwritten letter and a random drawing. That sounds excellent.
You may or may not get a drawing. That's really luck of the draw.
Oh,
but
it's well, whatever fate has in store, I'll accept it.
yeah. I mean, each letter is unique, and in the past, I normally like see who I'm posting it to, and I'll like write it to you specifically. But because of COVID and where our labels are, I'm just writing a bunch of letters in advance. So you just never know what you're going to get. But I write about all kinds of things like gardening, or like what the songs are about, or like instructions on how to listen to the record. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. So
That's so cool. That's the personal touch, I think, is excellent.
yes, I think it's
That's a
very
lot
cool.
of fun. It's a lot of fun. How do you spell the word humor?
HUMOUR.
And favorite?
FAVOURITE.
And color?
Same way. COLOUR. See, I know that's wrong though. I know that you spell it differently. You're missing a letter over there, I'm pretty sure.
We are missing a letter.
Yeah. Because it's not color. It's cal. I feel like the U is important, It's important to the sound. Yeah.
Yeah, color is more
Color.
our spelling.
Yeah.
This is a real dumb New Zealand question. Do you have Mexican restaurants there?
We have a few, but nowhere near as good as in the States.
Yeah.
I really miss Mexican food from America. Like I just miss tacos.
Oh yeah, I bet.
I'm sure, and like like the Mexican, like the diners, they were so good. Yeah.
To me, that's what is like fascinating. And I was telling Abby this beforehand. I don't like to. We obviously don't like to ask the normal questions like, oh, like you said, sheep and Lord of the Rings. We're so, especially Americans, we're so selfish in our world that those little things. I'm like, I wonder if they have like, what if New Zealand just happens to have amazing like Italian food, and no one, I wouldn't know that.
We have pretty good Indian food. We have a lot of good Indian food.
Okay.
And like fish and chips, is a classic over here. Yeah. But one thing we do not have, not entirely food related, well, in fact, not at all food related, is you have yellow school buses. And they look just like in the movies. And I think they're incredible. But we don't have those.
What do you have?
We just have like regular buses. Whatever, I don't know, we just have different our buses just look kind of like square and like from 2020, whereas yours look like they're from like the 1980s or something.
So what color are they?
Oh, any color.
So they're they're a variety of colors.
Sometimes they're green, but often they'll have like like advertising on them, and we have lots of like electric buses.
Their school buses look like public buses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they have advertisements on the second grade school bus?
Oh, maybe not so much, but I think they get used for both purposes sometimes.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah, but anyway, we definitely do not have like your funny looking ones.
See that I love that stuff. It
Yeah.
makes me appreciate it too because yeah, they're yellow. They're everywhere. I saw some today.
Yeah. Yeah. That was one of my first things. I was like, wow. I just felt like I was in a movie as soon as I saw them. Yeah. And also like some of the I'm not, stereotypes are useful sometimes, but
Mm.
um when I came to America, I feel like a lot of the characters I'd seen on TV sort of came to life because they were like real people, like it wasn't just some made up thing. I was like, oh, there's actually people kind of like these characters that I've seen on TV for
Can you
so
give us
long.
an example?
Um, I I mean every kind of character you could imagine, like the policeman, the kind of like LA cool kids and the
Hmm.
I don't know, just like the yeah, just every character. I just sort of walk down the street and you just see them and you'll be like, they're real. They're real.
Yeah, wow. It's fun to
Yeah.
see an outsider's point of view,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I'm sure New Zealand seems very strange in lots of ways to people who come here.
It's so fascinating. I mean, I've never been. Of course, I would go in a heartbeat, but I think that's the thing I would find the most entertaining is just like looking and learning about the idiosyncrasies.
Yeah, I there are definitely quite a few more. I have a terrible memory, so
No, we're putting you on the spot too, so it's understandable. Real fun question we asked a lot of people. Do you know who Bridget Fonda is?
no.
No. Okay.
I know the name Fonda.
Hmm.
Who is Bridget Fonda?
You probably know the name or Fonda from Henry Fonda, Jane Fonda, and
Mm,
then they're all come from a long line of actors, and
yes.
she was the youngest and very big in the 90s, and it's
Ah,
just a fun inside joke we like to ask people.
fascinating. Bridget
Yeah.
Fonda. You know, if it's someone who's been on TV, I also don't know any actors or actresses' names. I went last night to see Jurassic Park at the
Wow.
movies. Um, it was a rerun for someone's birthday, and yeah, I just didn't know any of their names apart from
Well,
Sam Neill, who lives
Sam
in.
Neill
Yeah.
is, yeah, there you go. I was gonna say he's from New Zealand.
It's such a great film.
Oh, it's one of my favorites.
It
It
was
is.
still so good.
My phone ringer is the Jurassic Park theme song.
Incredible. Yeah. Anyway, it's such a funny movie. There's so many funny moments in it. I didn't realize how much of a comedy it was. Like, it's been a while.
Yeah,
It's
it's great. Jeff Goldblum is fantastic in it.
yes, I didn't really realize how funny he was, but I didn't know who he was, but I had to ask. Like now I know who he is because I asked his name last night. But there's this one scene where he's like got this like he's just like lying there with his big hairy chest, and it's a really funny moment. Yeah.
I I one of my best friends, I for his birthday a long time ago, I got him a shower curtain with
Mhm.
that scene on the shower curtain.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's quite
So
a good thing to have in your bathroom. Like a little bit scary, but
it was until he met someone special and then they moved in together and he was like, she's not gonna let me keep this.
oh no. I mean, yeah, it is fair. Like it's
Is
quite
it?
confronting. We have like a Nicholas Cage face mask. I don't know why, but I've put it down in the basement because it has like a bloodied face and it's very gruesome.
Oh my
And
goodness.
it just kind of kept popping up around the house, and so I've relegated it to the basement.
Does
Yeah.
it? Where is it? Like visible when you walk into the basement?
It actually is, but I mean, you don't go down there too often, so
Okay, and now you expect it, so it's not scaring you.
not so scary. No.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, maybe one day it will scare me though.
Have you ever found anything, any treasures, or anything cool at the beach?
Yes,
Ooh,
lots of things.
do
When I
tell.
was a kid, mostly when I was a kid, there was a beach called Shelley Bay in the
Mhm.
Banks Peninsula in down south, and we would go there on holidays. And I don't know why, but stuff would wash up on this beach, right? Like really old things. So like I started this like little collection of things I'd found. It's like old ancient coins.
Wow.
I'm probably not that ancient, but when I was a kid, I was like, you never know. So they might be ancient. And like old like children's toys from like probably like the 40s or 50s, like little old metal toys, like little like haystacks and like
Oh,
little
wow.
horse and carts and all this old like china. Yeah. So anyway, it was really, I found all kinds of things on this beach when I was growing up.
Do you still have them?
Some of them, yeah. I've still got this little box full of
That's
strange
cool.
finds from the beach. What else have I found? I found an octopus once, which was pretty cool. When I was also younger, and like it was in a rock pool, and I like put my hand out to hold its little tentacle hand, and it like suckered onto my hand, but it was dying in a rock pool, and it was a gigantic octopus, so I couldn't save it. Yeah.
That's brave though. I feel like
Oh, I don't know. Are they dangerous?
I have no idea, but they're slimy
Oh yeah,
and
that's all right.
they look like aliens.
Yeah, I know, but they're so smart. I reckon it
I
knew I was there.
Ah,
Yeah,
have you seen the film My Octopus Teacher?
I haven't. No.
It's a documentary about this guy, this documentary filmmaker who like legit befriends this octopus and the octopus starts to recognize him.
I wouldn't be surprised. I know that they're incredible escape artists.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, which is great. I love octopus, octopi, octopuses.
Hi.
Yeah,
uh, yeah, check out that movie. It is very heartwarming and educational.
great. Sounds good.
Okay. What are rabbits called in New Zealand? Is there any slang for rabbits?
Bunnies,
Bunnies. Okay. I didn't know if there
same
was
thing. Oh, there's
Okay.
probably some others.
maybe
There'll
in the
be
country.
Yeah, there's bound to be. I need to text John and ask him some of these questions. Um, yeah, we have a lot of rabbits here. Too many
Mhm.
rabbits. Hares, we've got lots of hares as well.
And those are bigger,
Yeah, the big ones.
the big ones.
Yeah.
This is how the interview goes. Uh, if you were trapped on a desert island
Hmm.
for a very long time and suddenly you got saved
Yeah.
and you got to stay in a 5-star fancy hotel, the
Yeah.
first night or the first thing, would you take a shower, eat a big meal, or lay down in the bed?
I would eat something.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah. Those other things can come later.
Okay, fair enough.
And also if I go to sleep, I don't know, I wouldn't be able to sleep because I'd be hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd probably go food. I'd like to say then I'd have a shower and then I go to bed, but I actually think I would probably go to bed and then have a shower later.
Just go to bed dirty and full.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Worry about the rest later.
in my research, I read this line and I'm curious. How do you make a concert feel like a living room?
I don't know. I don't know. No, I do know. Basically, you just have to be me, and then you just have to like ramble a lot, and basically, instead of putting on a big show, you just put on a little show in a
Okay.
big space.
That's amazing. Please come to Florida. I
Um,
get the vibe. I see it. Keep going. I'm sorry.
No, that's all there is to it. I just ramble a lot, and yeah, that's. And then my bandmate Ben, he doesn't say too much during a show, but when he says something, he just steals the entire show, and it's I'm very jealous. Like I have to talk for a long time, but then he'll just say one thing, and everyone will love him. Yeah,
Ben, right?
yeah,
Okay. Shout out to Ben.
yeah. He's good.
What's your favorite type of salad?
Type of salad? I like a variety of salads. I think lately I've been really getting into like just the regular old like iceberg lettuce, like the crunchy stuff, you know. I reckon it's really underrated. And like I like to get like I'm vegan, so I have, but I've got like this vegan Parmesan cheese, and like I like putting like seeds in it that I've like toasted, and like some balsamic vinegar and some olive oil, and then some tomatoes, and you know, just like a really classic crunchy salad. Yeah, that's what I love at the moment. I've been eating it a lot.
I'm on board. That sounds delicious.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
I love when the lettuce is crunchy and fresh.
Yeah, everyone's, you know, I feel like for a long time people were getting into all these fancy kinds of lettuce,
Mm-hmm.
but an iceberg lettuce is just like so good. And also when you get it from the supermarket, it's normally a bit dirty, and it's like not in a plastic bag. And I really like that too. None of this lettuce in packaging. I just
Yeah.
think just get an actual lettuce. Yeah.
So you'd rather the head of a lettuce instead of like the chopped in a bag.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, every time.
Good
Yeah.
call.
Or out of the garden. I've been growing
Yeah.
some. Yeah.
What else do you have in your garden?
What have I got in my garden? I've got some sunflowers,
Oh.
and I've got some tomato plants, and some lots of herbs, variety of herbs.
Mm-hmm.
And I just planted some Vietnamese mint,
Ooh.
and there's some like spinach, you know, just regular garden items really. Oh, and rhubarb. Do you have rhubarb over there?
We do. We do.
Yeah, got lots of rhubarb. It's
Yeah.
everywhere.
I
Yeah.
like rhubarb pie.
Yeah, I love rhubarb. Rhubarb pie, just stewed rhubarb. I also have some New Zealand things, like I've got a little New Zealand mint plant, which is quite nice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there's onion weed growing in the just in the lawn, which you can eat. Yeah. Trying to think. Oh, and we've got kawakawa. Kawakawa is like a, in fact, there's probably some over there. But it's yeah, it's like a New Zealand native leaf, and you can eat it, or you can drink it in tea, or you can like use it as a poultice, and it's kind of makes your tongue a little bit numb. Yeah, it's
How do you
really good.
spell it?
Something. Kawa, Kawa. Yeah, it's a good plant.
I wonder if we can find it here.
I wonder, kawakawa tea, possibly next to the manuka honey somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually that combo of manuka honey and kawakawa is very good.
Speaking of tea, how is your water? Is it boiling?
Oh, it's probably cold by now.
Okay. You can go get it if you like.
I could. Oh no, it's okay. I feel fine. In fact, I've got some water here.
Okay.
Yeah.
How often do you dust?
Occasionally, because the house that I live in is quite dusty.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do occasionally dust. but there's still a lot of dust.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I asked this question, Abby. How often do you dust?
Lightly, probably once a week, but
Do you
cleaning.
have a feather duster? Both of you.
I don't have a feather duster. I just use it like a cloth,
Okay.
or sometimes I get the vacuum cleaner and I sort of suck it up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Abby, you have a feather duster?
No, I have a Swiffer
Oh, okay.
thing.
A what? A Swiffer.
Yeah, it's like a cloth
Oh,
that they sell you for too much money that goes on a stick so you can reach things.
I did have a feather duster once, but every time I used it, it dropped feathers everywhere, and it was more feathery. Like the feathers were much more noticeable than the dust. So I was like, what's the point? Yeah.
I have to be honest. I asked this question because it hit me when I was writing your questions. It hit me. I go, I cannot remember the last time I dusted.
I sometimes dust the fireplace.
Okay.
And I talk about dust in a song on this record that we're releasing.
I know.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. So good on your research.
Yes. As I always say, the questions seem random and are idiotic, but they are tailored to each guest.
That is amazing. And like, even though you've asked about probably many things relating to the songs, I haven't talked about the songs once until now. So this is incredible.
We hide them in there. Did you have any stuffed animals growing up?
Yeah,
Like
that's a really funny
toys?
name for an animal, like a soft toy, isn't it? A stuffed animal. It
Yes,
sounds
yes.
really disconcerting.
As I said it, I was like, I wonder if that's what she calls it.
I mean, I do not. But actually, my niece Quinn, she drew a picture of one of my stuffed animals, as she called them, the other day, which is hers now. It's a popple. It was a thing called a popple. Do you remember those? Incredible. Anyway,
I had
it's like-
popples.
you had a
didn't have
popple?
Yeah, you stuff it into its own butt.
Yeah. Like a little.
Oh,
very
I know.
weird.
I know these now.
They're little creatures, and you like roll it up into a ball and like stuff it into itself.
Yeah.
And
Like
then
a koala or something. No,
Yeah.
a kangaroo. Yeah.
you can
Anyway.
like pull the tail and it pops.
Yeah. Yeah. So Quinn has my popple, and she did this incredible drawing of my popple. She's like 5, so it was good drawing. Yeah.
Does the popple have a name?
Nah,
No.
no. I don't know if any of my animals had names. I have one doll. She had a name. I've forgotten it now.
Oh,
But I've still got her. She's only got one eye and she's got dreadlocks.
fair enough.
But you know,
She's like a hippie doll.
I mean, I guess like she really traversed like from childhood and into teenage years. She got dreadlocks and then lost an eye somewhere along the way. But kind of I left her behind in teenage years. So yeah, she still like looks like a creepy goth teenager.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you have goth teenagers in New Zealand?
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
And
I work at a university next to a high school, like an alternative high school, and there's definitely, I don't know if they call themselves goths. Like some of them would for sure, but there's like emos and whatever they call themselves these days.
I don't. I referred. I'm old though, but I refer to them as goths, and I'm just so happy they're still around.
Yeah, of course. I think they always will be.
I love. Do they like all black traditional goths?
Some of them, yeah, some of them are all black clothes and like eyeliner and like
Eyeliner.
definitely like some spiky like paraphernalia. yeah, necklaces and things.
When you were growing up, did you have any wild phases or drastic phases is what I should say?
I don't think any of them were very drastic. I did have purple hair,
Mhm.
and I did befriend lots of goths and punk. I played in a doom metal band for about 3 weeks,
Wow.
but it wasn't for me. I really tried to get into it. I really, really tried to like doom metal, but yeah, wasn't for me. Um, yeah, I
Can't
went through like
imagine.
I went through a hippie phase.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I was pretty diverse in my interests. Like I went to dance parties because my brother makes psychedelic trance music. Um, when I was a teenager, but I also hung out with the goths, and I also my best friend Laura was like, wore like white pants and like straightened hair, and so probably one of the on the other side of the spectrum. Listen to Delta Goodrem.
Okay.
I don't know if you know
I
her.
do.
Yeah, so it's like quite like I was sort of somewhere in between all of that. Yeah, I think.
Abby, do you want to share your phases? Choker chains, high bangs. Oh, you guys both have bangs. Awesome.
Yeah, we do. Good. It's
Yeah.
good. They're good. They help keep
Bugs
I
away.
don't know, bugs away. Yeah, keeps the forehead warm.
Oh. What do you dip your French fries in?
Um, sauce.
Just general sauce?
Yeah.
What is this
Um,
sauce?
well, I mean, it depends. I will dip it in a variety of sauces. My favorite sauce actually is a Manuka smoked barbecue sauce that you can get in New Zealand.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
It's really yeah, I
Yeah.
really like it. Wattie's tomato sauce is like our classic sauce. It's like a red tomato sauce, kind of like Heinz ketchup, but
Hmm.
it's more sweet. It's like a New Zealand staple, I would say. Wattie's
Okay.
tomato sauce. Yeah. It's like candy.
It's as sweet as candy.
It's pretty sweet. Yeah. It's a little tangy, but not very tangy. Yeah.
I bet you it complements the salty French fries. Chips.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah, actually, we don't call them French fries. It
I
really, we
know.
call them chippies, chips.
Chips, chippies.
Yeah.
What is one thing you would change about the past?
Um, I mean, there's quite a lot of things. I would just remove all genocides.
Great answer.
Yeah. I
That's it.
probably actually, I would honestly, I probably just wouldn't. The moment in which humans were invented, I just wouldn't let that happen. Yeah.
Just
Then we have
keep it.
no people. Just
Yeah.
a nice planet full of trees and plants and bugs.
And animals.
And yeah, a few animals, I imagine.
A few.
Yeah. Maybe we'd return to the Jurassic age.
Brilliant callback.
Yeah. Something along those lines. So I'd probably make some major changes, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Huge changes.
I feel like with that question, you could go personal, like selfishly personal, or you go all of humanity and
Yeah.
and save
I just
the
went,
world.
yeah.
I think that is the winning answer here tonight. So
Thank you. I appreciate it.
it says a lot. What's next? What's next for you? And then also what's next for French for Rabbits, the band?
Next for me, I'm probably going to have some lunch. I think it's next on my list. And I probably go and look at the garden because I do that every day just to see if anything's grown any bigger.
Yeah.
And I should just like leave it for a week at a time so it's more exciting, but I still like just in case, like a new leaf has popped up or something. And what's next for French for Rabbits? Well, yeah, our album will be out in the world, and that's a pretty big deal, like you work on these things for so long, and yeah, I'm excited for people to actually get to hear it all. And then I'll probably be we'll probably move on to I've got an idea for another maybe an EP, I think. It's going to be lots of like really billowy piano songs, so it's definitely not going to be like a hit, but I'm going to really enjoy making it.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
What can you tell everyone the name of the album is?
The new one?
Mm-hmm.
It is called The Overflow.
Everyone, what and details, release, everything.
Oh, I can tell you all about it. Yes. So it's called The Overflow, and I think it's got 10 songs on it, and it's coming out on the 12th of November, and it's very like dreamy, but it's also like our most like people always think our music is really dreamy and calming, but I just think they don't listen to it loud enough. So if you listen to it really loudly, it's no longer necessarily as dreamy. It's probably still dreamy, but it's like a bit more gritty when it's loud,
Mm-hmm.
So I reckon people should buy the record and listen to it really loudly. It's going to be on CD. It's going to be on vinyl, made in New Zealand and some made in the Czech Republic. And we've tried to make the packaging like as recyclable as possible, and I think that's all the details, eh? You can get it on our website, frenchforrabbits.com.
I'm gonna buy it. I hope there's a little note. Everyone follow French for Rabbits. Just that, no spaces, no underscores, nothing on Instagram.
Yep, we're on there. I try and use it sometimes. I use Instagram. I just really hate it. I really hate Instagram and I really hate Facebook. But
It's
I
not
really
called
like
Facebook anymore.
Oh yeah, it's got a new name, doesn't it?
As of today.
The worst name ever.
Meta?
Yeah,
or something?
not into it.
No.
It's not going to change how evil they are. But I love the idea of a social network. I love that I get nice messages from people who like our music on there. I like all of those things. I just don't like the algorithms and how they work. Yeah. So
couldn't agree with you more. It's something we talk about a lot, is that if we use it all the time, we depend on it, but if it disappeared tomorrow, I wouldn't miss it at all.
I wouldn't miss it. And I think other ways of connecting would pop up immediately. Like more people would join our mailing list, and I'd write lovely long emails to people, which I think would be much nicer. And I've got a few friends who don't have social media, and subsequently I get really nice emails from them, and I quite like that. So I think we should all throw Facebook into the sea.
Yes, I agree. We also, Abby and I both like to send letters and postcards too. So I think that is a art form that, while it does have its niche, people who promote it, it does get lost to the masses.
Yes, well, we've made postcards for this record. We've got four different designs, and I made them myself. And so we're gonna send out like little packages, because I really want to encourage people to write letters to people. It's pretty good.
That's great. If after this is all done, I'll ask tell Shane to send us your address. We'll send you funny postcards, or we'll send you Bothering the Band stickers too.
I would so love to receive one, and then I'll send you one back.
Oh, amazing. I'm writing a note right now.
Amazing. I love pen pals as well. I had a pen pal growing up. We bonded over the Spice Girls at a Highland dancing camp.
Oh, amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll definitely send you some stuff.
Awesome.
For sure. We love it. Thank you, Brooke. Thank you so very much. Everyone, please, everyone listening, go listen to French for Rabbits really loud. That's the note.
Really loud. Yeah.
Yes. And thank you so much for bothering the band.
Oh, thanks for having me. So fun to meet you both.
That's
And,
our
you.
show.
We'll see you in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll dip our French fries in sauce.
Manuka sauce. Yeah.
Sounds delicious. Seriously, thank you so very much. This has been a delight, and we truly do love your music. So keep making it.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.
Never gonna say what's on my mind. Rather walk the desert home.